To get this all straight, this is not a viable pregnancy. This is impacting her health currently, has a good potential of impacting her future fertility. So what's the argument here to keep her pregnant?
There are some organizations with anti-choice or pro-life, or whatever term you want to use, who have argued that quote-unquote baby cocks should be given the chance to survive, and I guess survive all the odds. Now, I was doing a decent amount of reading on trisomy 18, and the Washington Post has a really, really good explainer that I don't want to direct people away from Forbes, but this was pretty comprehensive. And this report cites that about 50% of babies carried to term with trisomy 18 are born alive. That means 50% are not. And then of the ones who do survive birth, an estimated 90 to 95% do not survive beyond their first year. So those who argue that the pregnancy is viable, I think, may not know those statistics, may not be paying attention to those statistics. Further, the argument that the Texas Supreme Court made, and here this is a legal argument that I am citing, in layman's terms, the higher court said that Kate and her lawyers failed to prove that this was a medically necessary abortion. And the court argued that Kate's doctor, quote, asked a court to pre-authorize the abortion, yet she could not, or at least did not, attest to the court that Ms. Coggs's condition poses the risks the exception requires. Now, I have yet to find a really good explanation as to what was missing in the legal case. I've looked, and maybe I'm missing something myself, but I've yet to see a legal scholar say this is what her doctors and lawyers should have said in order to grant this exception, which is leading, I think, several law and politics experts to say that there are political motivations at play here.
I do want to talk about how politics comes into this. I was looking for any pro-life voice, any Republican voice to say that they were for this decision. I have yet to find one. And Ann Coulter tweeted this, quote, "The pro-life movement has gone from compassion for the child to cruelty to the mother and child. Trisomy 18 is not a condition that is compatible with life." So what has the response been that you've seen to this story?
I've seen a broad majority are in support of Kate Cox and her ability to make a medically necessary decision, and I haven't seen anyone really defending the state of Texas or Ken Paxton right now. I'd also point out there's a new poll out from NPR and PBS today that 85% of respondents, even if they support abortion restrictions under normal conditions, 85% of these respondents say that there should be exceptions to prohibitions in the case of the life of the mother and cases of rape and incest. So I think you're seeing a general public that appreciates the nuance of this issue, and that public opinion is at odds with some of the political and legal decisions we're seeing in the state of Texas.